So yeah, this motor has all new, I replaced all the crankcase lock washers. They've all been, the ones that were broken were replaced because when you torque these, the specs on this are supposed to be torqued between 14 and 16 foot-pounds. I always go at 15 to keep from breaking anything. And you don't want to damage your threads or anything. It's got new crank seals, and I wasn't going to bother. I kind of gave up on the idea of finishing up rebuilding this, and I figured it's wintertime, there's lots of snow outside, so what the hell, I'm going to get this all buttoned back together and see if I can get her to run. So far, kind of using my kitchen table here for work, for a workbench, but it does actually work. So this has all new gaskets as well, new cylinder base gaskets. And these studs, it has a new piston on the side. You want to make sure you coat your cylinder walls. I should use cheap 2-cycle engine oil. I should use 2-cycle engine oil when I'm to put the oil on the around the pistons and on the cylinder walls. And even around the wrist pins when you're putting the pistons back onto the connecting rods. So we're going to cross our fingers here. Next step is to put these gaskets on. Now, this one here had a little bit of a piece of stuff taken out of it, right here on the corner. But, aside from that, though, the rest of the gasket looks to be alright. So I paid good money for these gaskets, so either way, I'm going to use these for putting the motor back together. Now this has a tiny little bit of dirt on it. A cat, so cat hair gets on them. Another good thing to have in your shop is an air compressor. kind of hard to see sometimes. The light isn't right on the work that you're doing, so I do have a computer desk lamp to actually kind of so that I can see what I'm actually doing. Yeah, I always want to make sure that your cylinder base gaskets, you want to make sure when you put these cylinder bolts in, you always want to make sure that they go through the holes in the gaskets underneath the here, and you can usually kind of do that by lifting this up a tiny bit, and you can see that the bolts went through if you look under here. And you can usually see this is your gasket right here, but I always like to do that when I'm working on these. So that way I know that no gaskets are getting ripped by the bolts going in the wrong way.